everybody. What is going on? Everybody's beautiful faces. Okay, good. The music is getting to the end here. I gotta turn it down a little bit. It's real loud in my ears. Hello, everyone. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Chad is here. Everyone else is here. Welcome to the Snocast. This is not gonna work. I forgot I did a monitor capture. Welcome to the Snocast, the second best thing to listen to, right behind the two nicest guys on the internet doing a nice off. That is Lewis, my best bud, my best internet bud. Hello and welcome.
Oh, jeez, really? For real?
The best, just the best.
I have that on record now, so.
Yeah, that's important. Right. Welcome everyone in chat. What a turnout. Hello everyone. Welcome to the first ever Snocast, the reboot, if that's what you want to call it here on the wonderful platform of Twitch. Yeah. Twitch live show, as you've seen on the.
That's the big thing nowadays.
I thought it'd be really cool. Like I said in that video, thought it'd be a really cool way to. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I'll turn you up. I'm gonna turn Lewis up.
Yeah. Okay.
They were saying
yeah, I really like the idea of it. It just helps them people like actually interact with us and ask the livest of questions.
The livest of questions. I agree. Forgive me if things are like a little discombobulated. I'm figuring it all out, but I think we're set and we're good to go. First, just so everyone knows who the heck you are, introduce yourself, Lewis, to our wonderful guests. Tell us what you do, and so people know who the heck you are.
All right, so I'm Lewis, and I'm an online video editor. You have seen my work on Digital Gaming, Game Chops, Frederator Networks, Whodad, which is a Digi Valentine's channel, and many more. So yeah, that's basically what I do. I like video games as well.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Can you believe that?
That's pretty crazy. Indeed. The chat wants you to sing your editor song that you were talking about earlier.
Shit. I don't know it. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see that video? I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, I saw it on Twitter. I liked it very much. If you guys haven't seen his Twitter editor video, it's really good.
It's really funny.
Yeah,
it was just that I was doing research for a future project, and I stumbled upon this like Nickelodeon video that was just like a combination of like different like promo videos and like tour videos that they give to people who visit Nickelodeon studios. And one of the videos was just I was just kind of listening to it, and then this started, and I was just like, what is happening? And I was kind of watching the video. I was like, oh, it's actually like a rather insightful video about how people edited back then. And it was funny then because I showed that video to like other people. I showed it to Duke, and he was just like, man, all this other shit that like just like I mean like controllers and switches are like pretty common, but it was just funny to see like all these like old as heck giant bulky controllers.
Yeah, no, all the little switches and stuff, and he's like, this joystick can move and stretch the screen. Whoa.
Yeah. Crazy.
It's so good. Man. Well, I will say this just at the beginning here, while we kick things off here. Let's see. Oh, I was going to mention, the whole reason to do this as a live show.
What do you do, by the way, Snow? What do you do?
Oh, what do I do? Oh, for those that have no idea who I am, if you're here because Lewis posted and said, hey, come watch this dude named Snoman because he will have me on a show. I'm Snoman. I do the YouTubes. I have a channel called Snoman Gaming. You can find me. Good game design. I also stream occasionally here on the Twitch. So I thought this would be like a good combo. So like do this on the Twitch, but I also do other streams. I do games and all kinds of stuff. Something to switch it up, you know. Real cool to have the Snocast. The reason I wanted to do it as a live show is so that everyone who's here in chat, I see all these lovely faces in chat, that way you can interact with us. What I would like to do at the end, obviously you can see here episode 1, we're going to be talking about our anticipated games of 2018. We'll get to that in just a second. But at the end here, and I'd like to do this for every cast, that if you have questions for our guest, so if you have anything you'd want to ask Lewis at all, save that for the end. Save your questions, and then we'll like open it up to chat at the end, and it'll be like, okay, tell your questions to Lewis, and we'll kind of answer and interact with chat here at the end. So that'll be at the end. We're going to talk about anticipated games first. Another quick thing, though, that is important for you to know as a Twitch chat. I have the alerts and Stream Boss set up here. You can see the Stream Boss in the top corner. That's actually Sadface298 with the sub, the like stealth sub right before the start of the stream. That was pretty epic. So currently the Stream Boss, but if you ever follow, subscribe, do bits, or any of that kind of crazy stuff, you'll pop up as the best Snow Baby in the top left corner.
Yes.
And so that's another way you can interact if you would like to as well. Finally, you can see down at the bottom, just below our stream here on our Twitch page. Raguio cheered 10 bits. Wait a minute. Do it like this, kids. Amazing. Okay, yeah, see, that's a perfect example. So I have a suggestion box. I'll probably only do it for this first stream just to like get an idea of what people are thinking, but I have the suggestion box down below of anything that you would like to say to make the stream better. This could include future topics, future guests you would like to see, what time of day actually works best for you to watch, what day of the week is best for you to watch. We're only doing Monday because actually we were supposed to do it Friday, but then I actually had to go out of town for the weekend. We had to reschedule, so we ended up doing Monday. It's not set in stone, you know, like whatever. I'm free, open other days. Tell me what day would work best. But also, actually, I was going to say about the VODs, but I think I've already decided about that, so maybe I'll announce that at the end.
Okay.
Regardless, just know that this is the first one. It's a work in progress, and I want it to make it the best show that you can watch. So, you know, leave anything that you would like to make it better. That being said, why don't we dive in, my friend? Dive into our topic here.
Topic is anticipated games of 2018, which means we're going to talk about Monster Hunter World for like 5 hours. And Shovel Knight King of Cards for an extra 5 hours.
Great. Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
All right. Well, let's stop. No, I'm kidding.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
So there's a lot of pretty kick-ass games on 2017.
Dude, 2017 was such a good year. So
it was a really, really good year.
It's kind of crazy to like have that, and then now we're going into 2018 because it's like. Man, I mean, I'm still on the heels of recovering from how many good games it was, watching everyone's Game of the Year videos and talking about that stuff. And now it's like, okay, so what's even coming out now? And so, yeah, that's a big one, Monster Hunter. We will get there in just a second.
Oh, yeah. We'll get there in a bit. I have, like, I was telling Snow the other day, I made, like, a huge list.
Yes, we both have our lists.
Yeah, obviously, we're not going to talk about all of them in great detail because there's way too many. But...
Well, I want to hit at least some, the ones that we're most interested in.
Yeah, that's like I kind of like pushed aside some of them, and then I was like, okay, so I think these are the ones that maybe Snow and I want to talk the most. Like there's like just at the top of it is like Bayonetta 3. There's like Celeste.
I thought Celeste. I don't know. I forgot about Bayonetta 3.
Iconoclast. There's like again, it's Monster Hunter. There's Ori and the Will of the Wisps. There's Shovel Knight,
there's so many.
like the third and final expansion.
I forgot about Shovel Knight too, the Shovel Knight DLC.
Yeah, dude. There's Mega Man 11, of course. They said that's coming at the end of the year, sometime late 2018. So there's a new Mega Man game coming out. It's kind of buck wild,
dude.
There's
you're just covering them all, man. You're jumping ahead.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of like spelling out like
overview here. Overview of what's going on.
Yeah, it's kind of like an overview. So like you were saying, there's a lot of great games where like those last year. Like, there's some games that I haven't even played yet.
Yeah.
There's on my backlog. On my backlog, there's Resident Evil 7 that I haven't played.
Mm-hmm.
There's like it's just sitting down there. It's like a sealed copy of it waiting for me down there until I finish some of the other games I gotta finish.
Yeah.
I'm trying to chug through Assassin's Creed Origins right now, which like it started fun, but like it's just more Assassin's Creed. There's like the Yakuza games. There's a new Yakuza coming out this year as well. So that's a very interesting thing that Yakuza kind of finally is becoming like the breakout hit that it was always trying to be.
Yeah, a lot of people like that one.
Yeah, Yakuza 0 was a huge game from last year, and then next year we're getting Yakuza 6. Right?
That is really interesting. 6. I didn't know that. I'm the same way. I have some that I'm still on my backlog as well. I just wanted to start Pyre soon, and then Persona 5. I just got Persona 5. That's one that like I didn't know Persona 5 was not really interested, but it's come highly recommended, so I'm gonna finally give it a whirl, I think.
Yeah. I played like I played that was like one of the first games I played because I played that right after Near Automata, which was a friend of mine was really recommended to me because he was like, you gotta play this game, you have to play this game.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna do it after Persona. He was like, no, don't do that because Yoko Taro needs the money. He needs his money so he can keep making these games, and you're buying Persona 5. But I was like, I'm gonna buy it. I just really want to play Persona 5 first.
Yeah, man.
But it was funny because then I played Nier Automata, or Nier Automata, and that was the game that really stood out to me way more than Persona 5 did. Persona 5 is still a great game.
Yeah.
But we're talking about 2017. Let's talk about 2018.
I was just gonna say, yeah, because
just like that.
Nick mentioned the chat Nier as well.
Yeah. Let's mention. So we were talking about RPGs. So let's take it from that. RPGs are pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of great RPGs coming out this year as well. There's a Project Octopath, which is by the guys that are making. That made right.
That's another one I forgot
They released
about.
a demo. Yeah, they released a demo, which I liked. I liked what I saw from the demo. It was like nice and simple. There's also another JRPG coming up very, very soon. Lost Sphere. I don't know if you played I Am Setsuna.
No.
But that's by the same guys.
No, I don't even know about these ones. Man, see, I thought my list was so big, and then there's just a ton that I forgot about. Man.
Okay, let's talk about some cool stuff. Let's talk about stuff that's coming out this month. So
I was thinking like chronologically, it'd probably be a good place to start.
Okay, so there's this week alone. I believe it's this week alone.
Starting tomorrow, and then like the rest of the month, there's like 3, 4, 5. Yeah,
tomorrow.
Iconoclast.
7-year development game.
Let's start there. Let's dive deep into these. Let's start with Iconoclast because it does come out tomorrow.
Okay.
First of all, I was fortunate enough they sent me a review code for Iconoclast, but it's it's just like an open beta. Not open. That's a weird word for it. It's almost like a demo. It's like a 2.5 hour beta, so it's not the full game. But I've beaten that so far, and this is the only game on our lists that I've played so far. And I can confirm, everybody, you're definitely going to want to be playing that. If you don't know Iconoclasts, it's by the person who made Noi 2 Love 2 De-Evolution. What are some of the other ones on his roster?
I'm trying to remember what else. There was another one. I could just say Noi 2 Love 1, but there was another one that I played that I can't remember what
Peridactyl
it was.
Show is also in the chat here. He did a video on Legend of Princess.
Oh,
yeah, he just said that. That was the one that was by him as well. That's a free one, I think. Free game? I don't know. Yeah. No,
a lot of these games are great. Like Noi 2 Love 2 is always on sale. It's like 50. It's like 50. I was gonna say $50. 50 cents.
Yeah.
So
it's so good. That's a
good.
wonderful game. And Iconoclast has the same action-packed, like just craziness, big bosses, bombastic, tons of explosions and stuff. It's full of that, but then it also has like puzzle elements, Metroidvania elements. It's supposed to be inspired by Metroid Fusion, which really interests me. Like everything I've seen is in terms of like trailers and stuff. You're like a mechanic and you use your wrench to like screw bolts and stuff, and it's also a weapon. But there's a lot more to it. From what I've played so far, again, it's only been like 2 to 3 hours. But wow, it's really good. A surprisingly deep story that you don't expect either. The closest comparison I can think of is Owlboy, just in terms of quality of pixel art and a pretty in-depth, interesting story that I just didn't expect. So it's phenomenal, top-notch action puzzle platformer, super good. Get hyped for that.
I'm very excited for that too.
Yeah.
I gotta like be careful because again, there's like 3 games coming out this week that I really want. I really gotta be careful with my money.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna wait a little bit.
7-year development cycle on a console?
Yeah, it's been a 7-year development cycle because when he first announced it, it was like it looked like a very, very different game. I can't remember what the name of the game was. Like back then, it was not called Iconoclast.
Right.
It was called.
I saw one on his website that was like the first level of Iconoclast, and that's what it's called. I don't remember.
Yeah, he tweeted about it. It was a if anyone remembers. But anyways, like yeah, it was like a little like very small, tiny demo that he did, and people liked it. He was like, "Hey, I really like this. I'm gonna dedicate time to do this." So he's been working on it for 7 years. So and it's funny because like in all that time, I went to college, and all that time, like I went through an entire degree of college. So
I got a soft spot for high bit pixel art.
Me too.
Holy
Me
moly.
too.
It
It
looks
looks
gorgeous. Yeah.
I'm gonna be yeah. I'm gonna buy it on PC, but I'm gonna hope for a Switch release.
Yeah,
because I just want everything on the Switch.
Dude, everything
right
everything just needs to
Everything's
come
on
to
the Switch.
Switch. Like seriously, it's so good.
Oh, there's actually sorry, there are 4 games that are coming out this week, I believe. Well, I think 4.
Let's hit the others.
Celeste, I think it's next week. But anyways, I'm getting ahead. The 2 other real big releases this week.
Yep.
Is Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yes. Fighter Z. Fighters
Z. Sometimes they spell it like together. I don't know. It looks great. But I think I'm also gonna wait a little bit in that game because the other big game that I am super ready for.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World.
Monster Hunter World. Let's dive in for Monster Hunter World. Because I want you to convince me here.
Okay.
Let me give you my Monster Hunter experience so far.
Give me your Monster Hunter experience.
I played Monster Hunter 3 via the recommendation of a friend, but by myself, right? Just like I just played it for like an hour or two just to like see what it was like. Yeah, it was cool, but you know, like all Monster Hunters, the first couple hours you're just fighting
extremely intimidating.
Tiny little monsters, and it's a little kind of awkward. I got Monster Hunter. Which freaking one was it? Generations.
That's a good one, also. That's
3DS.
very good one.
I got that one, and same thing. It was kind of just like I don't know, like. But I know what the problem is, and it's that I played by myself, and
so
that's what everyone says is you got to play with friends.
Yeah. So yeah, that's unfortunately that's one thing about Monster Hunter, because that's the thing. I played 3 at first. I really liked it. I played it for like 50 hours, but there was like something missing because again I wasn't playing with anybody else.
Right.
And then I got 4, and I kind of had like 2-3 friends that I was kind of playing it, and I got really into it. So the main problem about Monster Hunter is that it's a hard thing to get into. Like the game really wants you to be a hunter, but you got to do all this stuff. So you got to basically like, it's kind of like if you're like, I want to drive a car, and it's like, okay, well you got to take a test, you got to study, you got to go apply for a test, you got to try to get better at it. And it's kind of like that, a little bit like that, which sounds like kind of busy work. And at first, like they have been like, you start and like you did, it's like go kill these tiny monsters. Go harvest some stuff, go gather some plants. And then like maybe like 2-3 hours in, well actually so something like an hour in, you finally fight a decent sized monster. Mm-hmm. but that's a thing that, again, like the whole thing with Monster Hunter World is that they're really this is like Capcom's big, and I also want to say maybe like it's their biggest push to appeal Monster Hunter to the West. Yeah. And what that means is a lot of people, when the game was first rumored, they were saying, they're gonna make it a Western, so that means it's gonna have an open world, and you're gonna have to do quests around it, and you're gonna have to do all these other Western stigmas that have come from like open world games such as Assassin's Creed. Yeah. So, and some of those things are there, but it's more of the quality of life of the game. So a lot of what was just tedious work has now been removed, and I've noticed that enough from the open beta that did it. I don't know if you played the beta.
No, I didn't get a chance to.
That's fine, because the beta is also a little bit like it's kind of hard to get into it, because again, like it just drops you in because it's a beta, right? So they just want you to fight these 3 monsters, try to get the hang of it. But the good thing about it, like I've been kind of reading a little bit more, and like there's like a lot of quality of life updates. So for example, there's like a main story now. So it's like a story that kind of keeps you going. The story I think is about 50 to 60 hours, which is like a very decently sized story.
Yeah.
Because before the story was just kind of there to give you like context of what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
But like now there's like an actual story. It's like it has like actual. I don't want to say actual writing because the writing already in Monster Hunter was really good, but now there's like there's a narrative now. It's like an actual narrative. A lot of the like the tedious quests, like the little like, oh, you gotta go and get these mushrooms. Now they're what's called, it's like bonus quests or something like that, which is, it means it's something that it's there on the side to do while you go hunt a big monster. So you can grab a side quest that says, go grab 10 mushrooms. And you can do that side quest while you're out hunting like a Rathalos or whatever you want to hunt. So it's like a side thing you can do. It's kind of like try to think of it, it's kind of like if you're playing like a level of Donkey Kong Country, which is a thing we'll talk about later. You're trying to get all the Kong letters. It's just a thing. You don't have to do it,
right.
but it's there.
The thing that probably appeals to me the most is just hunting big, huge, crazy, juicy monsters, you know? A lot of people will... It's dumb nowadays to compare it to Dark Souls, but I think a lot of people did compare it to Dark Souls back in the day.
I kind of see it, honestly, the comparison, because
just difficulty,
it's a lot of very, like... It's a lot of, like, very, like, strategic. It's a very strategic game. Because it's a lot of... It's kind of like... It's... I was about to say it's kind of like Dark Souls, but it's in that way that like it's based on your skill. It's just you gotta be able to read the monster. You gotta be able to read its attacks, its habits. You gotta see when it's enraged, when it's tired, and you gotta be able to dodge. Like, because again, also there's that, like some of the weapons are like especially sluggish, but they yield like a higher power output.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit Dark Souls in that aspect. But
yeah,
I'm trying to think what else there was. Like a lot of the weapons have gotten like a lot of reworks. The hunting horn, for example, is like the hunting horn is like my favorite weapon, and it's kind of like a huge rework. You can like stack like music, like you can stack songs in it, so like you can play a song right after another one that you played before. Like everything is just much more intuitive. There's less busy work, definitely. And I've noticed, this too. Just reading all the comments.
Yeah, Chris had a good question for you.
Yeah.
What
was the question?
Said someone who's positively hyped for World. I've started to lose enthusiasm over time. Any advice or reasons that I should get ready to jump back in?
Okay. So that was no problem. Like there's like this whole thing about hype culture going on. You know, like it's like it's fine to get excited. Like when Monster Hunter World was announced.
Well, it's been a while since we've had a console Monster Hunter, right?
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Like Monster Hunter made the jump to 3DS consoles mainly. Actually first made the jump to PSP. Yeah. And the PSP was selling peanuts. So they moved it to the 3DS because that's the next console. Because again, Monster Hunter is a very Japanese game, and that's where it makes its money. So everyone has a 3DS. Like Japan is a very like on the go place, so everyone has a 3DS there or a phone or whatever. So they put Monster Hunter on the 3DS, and Monster Hunter on the 3DS is doing really really good in Japan. And even and to the point, like the only jump they did before this was when they did a Japanese. They did a Switch port of one of the generations, like enhanced versions. That version never came over here, but it was doing decent over there, I believe. It didn't do as good because it was just like the same game, but it was just a Switch port, which sounds pretty great to me. But anyways. So this is because I've heard also a lot of people say like, man, I want to like play Monster Hunter, but I want to play on my console or on my PC. Well, I want to see all these like the really cool designs. You know, like every monster is like beautifully designed. Yeah. But they're like, I want to see all these monsters on a big screen, like high definition, 1080p. Yeah. Which I do get. You know, like I'm very adamant about the whole gameplay over graphics, but a lot of the appeal of Monster Hunter is looking at pretty monsters, to fight. So of course, like as soon as I saw this, like I was immediately like very excited, especially because they announced they were going to put it on PC. PC version is not going to come out until fall, sadly. Yeah, so that's one of my other anticipated games is Monster Hunter World on the PC. So
Good. So we'll talk about PS4 version for the first couple hours, and then we'll talk about PC version for the next couple hours.
Yeah, and then maybe 5 minutes on the Xbox version.
Sure. No, I am. I was really sad about that. I was not planning on getting this on PS4. I was gonna wait for PC, but then when I saw that it would become in autumn, I was like, oh man, I may just not get it at all. Then is like then what I was thinking, but.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna hop in, and then Lewis can be my party leader and show me the ropes and all that stuff.
But yeah, so the question, I think the question was asking is like, how can I get back into the hype of Monster Hunter? Okay, so first things first, if you're a brand new Monster Hunter player, find a friend. Just find a friend who knows the game, who knows around. Because the best way to go into getting into Monster Hunter is just having a friend to play, who is patient enough to guide you. Because at first you're gonna suck.
Well, and knows the ropes because, like you said, it's hard to get into sometimes.
There's
it's kind of overwhelming.
There's not only hunting. There's like hunting. There's gathering. There's crafting. There's like doing all these other little quests. There's like a cat village that you gotta take care of, and you gotta make sure that all these kitties are like providing you like a constant stream of like items.
Cook the meat on the fire and at the right time.
Yeah, cook the meat. Yeah, you gotta cook the meat on fire. Make sure it's so tasty. But yeah, there's like a lot of things. So definitely get someone who knows the game who can help you out.
Yeah, and I, like I said, that's been my problem before, was just playing it myself. It's kind of overwhelming and it's not quite as fun. I get the impression, just because it's like the accomplishment of Dark Souls that would draw me in, but then like the camaraderie and community of doing it with friends that kind of makes it different from most other things. Like you can do friends in Dark Souls, but you know, it feels like the point of Monster Hunter is like have a party and going and hunting monsters.
So yeah, so also another cool thing about Monster Hunter World is like the whole thing, like it's called World because it's like, oh, it's opening up to a new place.
Yeah.
All the worlds are like seamless now. There's no loading times, so you can't cheese the monsters anymore and to go into another zone, chugging down all kinds of potions and then come back in. Can't do that anymore. But there's also the theme about it is that now there's a world of other players to play in, and Monster Hunter really wants you to play multiplayer. Like you could. Like in the other games, it was like literally separated. There was like a whole section of the game was just single player, and a whole another section of the game was multiplayer. This time around, everything is just intertwined. So the story quests are either single player or multiplayer. If you start finding a monster on your own, you start getting too much trouble. There's a system called the SOS system. You can call, and other people will immediately come in and help you. It has a system now called squads. Squads, it's basically a guild system. You can make a squad of about, I think it's 50 or 60 people. You can have them all in there. You can see when they're online. You can see when they're not online. You can organize and play with them. If you have a keyboard connected to a PS4, or just wait for the PC version. But it's like the game really wants you to play with other people. And yeah, there's you can hop on the Discord server as well and just hang out with people. But like that, just stuff like that helps. Just find, even if it's just one friend that knows the game well, friend the shit out of that person and play some Monster Hunter with them.
Yeah.
I'm extremely excited about it. Yeah. I've been pretty down on the low on it because I don't want to read too much information about it. But I just basically, all I've been trying to read is just, are there any quality of life updates? So I basically want to know, do I got to go around doing more like hassle work?
Yeah.
And luckily that's not the case anymore. There's a lot of like interesting systems for it. There's, I believe there's also going to be like a daily quest system or like a daily something system. So basically the game wants you to come back in any day. I think Monster Hunter it's gonna be a very big game. It's a huge gamble for Capcom. I think Monster Hunter is going to become what's called it's I don't want to say the whole games as a service because that means you got to constantly pay for stuff. But what the devs have said is that every update that's going to come to Monster Hunter World in the future is going to be free. At least I don't remember if every single one or like the vast majority of them, but like all past Monster Hunter games, all the updates that have come out have been free. Any new monster, any new costume, any new gear, everything is free. So I think that's going to be the very same case with this one. So
I almost played it at PAX. I was going to play it at PAX, but there was a huge line. And I'm kind of a little sad that I didn't get a chance to because I thought it would have been good just to get a little taste little taste with some buds, but
Yeah, there are no new weapons, unfortunately, which like I was hoping to get like at least one new weapon, because I believe it was in Monster Hunter 4 they introduced like two new weapons. I think it was the charge blade or the switchblade or something like that, and the Kinsect stick. So they introduced those brand new ones on Monster Hunter 4, and people really like those. I really like the charge blade. It's a lot of fun. But implementing a new weapon is like, it's a lot of work. You got to make sure like you got to make sure this weapon is just as balanced as all the other weapons. That's the good thing about it. There's a lot of weapons. I hope everyone's enjoying the Monster Hunter cast.
I was gonna say we might want to move on a little bit here.
So that's probably the game I'm most excited about. So get that out of the way. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, we'll come back at the end when we say what's the one you're most looking forward to. We'll come back to that.
Yeah. If you want to play Monster Hunter, just hit me up, and I have a Discord server and I can help guide people.
Yes, I'm in that. I joined that Discord server. I'll be
I'm talking about to you and also everyone else who's watching and listening. Just
good.
Just hit me up on Twitter or just here.
Join that.
Let's move on to another game. Let's do another big game.
Let's talk about Fighter Z, just because we talked beforehand, just very briefly, about some of the ones that we were putting on our lists, and it sounds like both of us are a little, mainly just because of fighting games, not because of Dragon Ball Z, but just like fighting games in general are not either of our fortes necessarily.
Yeah. It's a little bit of both for me, because I don't play that many fighting games. Like I think the fighting game I played the most is Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
But I view that more as a party game. And
sure.
People are probably gonna kill me because I said that. But it's still like a lot of fun. And I think the only other fighting game. So I actually wanna say this also. There's also like a really big year for fighting games. Actually, there's like 3.5 new fighting games coming out this year. There's Dragon Ball Fighters, which looks really good. From some of the early reviews that I've been reading, it looks like it plays also really well. It's like a lot of fun. It's probably the most beautiful Dragon Ball game you can it's out there on the market. But there's also I think Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition came out, which a lot of people are calling the game that was supposed to come out when Capcom launched
what it should have
Street
been.
Fighter 5. So I think Street Fighter 5 is also gonna like really pick up as well. There's like other two really big fighting games that are coming out, which is Dissidia Final Fantasy NT, which I really like the PSP version when it came out, and we'll see how that one goes. I'm cautiously optimistic about it. But there's also, and this is probably the second fighting game I played the most, which was the Soul Calibur series. There's the Soul Calibur series.
Whoa,
and
where'd that come from?
It's my wife. She's like back there playing Zelda. It's funny. So
Soul Calibur.
So that's the fighting game I'm actually the most excited about, because I love Soul Calibur. So Soul Calibur 6, they said, is supposed to come out this year. That's another one that's like maybe or maybe not coming out this year. I'm hoping it does.
I played Soul Calibur 2 a ton on PS2.
That was the one I played the most. I played the GameCube version that had Link in it, because that was the main draw of it. That's why I picked it up, because Link was in it.
Crazy. I'm seeing some really cool stuff in chat here that they're talking about DBZ though. Says they're trying to like introduce things like an auto combo system. They're trying to make it as newbie friendly as possible, and to emulate the experience of DBZ. So it's like it's not just that you're fumbling around. It's not difficult, so that you just feel like a powerful DBZ monster. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, I've not read much about it, because all I saw was, it's a DBZ fighting game, and it looks really good. And it's made by Arc Systems, who made the Persona 3 Arena, which I really like that fighting game as well. So that was already enough to sell me on it. I probably will get it, but I'll get it down the line.
It's definitely the most beautiful DBZ game I think I've ever seen. It looks the closest to the actual show that I've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
There have been a lot. There have been a lot of Dragon Ball Z fighting games. And some have tried a lot of different things. Xenoverse tried for like the character creation aspect. But this seems to be, like Perry's saying, like just the campaign looks really good. I'm excited. I don't know. Like I'm with you where I don't know that I'll pick it up day one, but I am interested. I mean, I'm a huge DBZ fan. I always have been. Always loved the show. So I'll probably pick it up. I don't know, just because, like we were saying, there's so many freaking games this week alone that I don't know if I'll get it day one, but I do want to try it out for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I believe next week is Celeste. Next week is actually Dissidia Final Fantasy NT, which is coming out next week, and also Celeste.
Yeah,
Celeste.
Yeah,
I'm very excited about Celeste.
Yeah, me too. Celeste is looking really
like
good.
The demo that I played for it.
Oh, I didn't play a demo. So for those that don't know, Celeste is latest by the guys that did Towerfall Ascension. And that one, the original like Towerfall was just like a multiplayer game. Like it was supposed to be like just a party, fighting each other. You shoot arrows at each other and stuff. But then they did add like a little single player campaign to it later. But the art style definitely looks like it. But Celeste is supposed to be, from my understanding, like a difficult platformer, like a challenging, almost Super Meat Boy-esque.
Is it like kind of like a rage game?
Sure. I mean, like I haven't played it yet, but that's what it sounds like from what I'm hearing. And like someone just said, that it has me written all over it. I'm excited for that. The aspect of a difficult platformer.
Honestly, it definitely does. Because again, I played. There's like a little prototype to it. I'm gonna find a link later. So I can say, because that was the thing. It was first, I believe it was like a Global Game Jam thing actually that they made, and then they're like, oh, let's make this into a full game, and well, they did.
Yeah, no, it looks
really great.
From the trailer, it looks really good. I could be wrong, but I looked on their thing and it said January 25th, which is like 3 days. Mm-hmm. So
yep,
if it comes out in 3 days.
Well, hot damn.
I know it's coming. I know it's coming to Switch. It's also coming to PC. It might just be to all of them. I don't know, all the consoles. I'm not entirely sure. I know at least Steam and Switch.
Yeah.
Day one.
I think so. I think PS4 as well, maybe.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sneak Attack says Dead Cells full release hype. They confirmed full release this year.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's interesting to me. I always need to catch up on Dead Cells. Like they have new updates. They've been doing updates all the time, like once a month.
Oh, craziness. I remember Dead Cells now. It was that roguelike you played.
Yes. Very good game.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. Maybe I'll get it when the full release comes out.
It got really hard all of a sudden. They've been doing new updates and it's gotten harder and harder. So I'm excited for a full release. I'll probably wait until it's full release and then I'll go back and just play it full stop.
Yeah,
but that's cool.
That's something I did with another game. I'm waiting on it for the full release. It's another game that's actually coming out this year. It's We Happy Few. It was full disclosure, I did some work for them for the Kickstarter stuff.
Oh wow, there you go.
Yeah, so full disclosure. But I got a copy of the early access build, and it was very interesting. It's like a roguelike. It's like a procedurally simulated roguelike, but it has all these like narrative beats that are very akin to something like BioShock. But that's the thing, like a lot of outlets were describing it like it's like BioShock, but if it were roguelike, and it's not.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I think it's saying more, it's like like that, like it has like a very like narrative beats to it. You can play the different characters, and each different character has there's like very different narrative beats. It's like a 3D action roguelike. You gotta like sneak around houses and stuff. I think it's gonna be interesting. There was like some really cool ideas that I had, but again, I played an early build of it. It was kind of rough because it was an early build. So we're gonna see how it goes when it comes out later.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Is that everything in January? Because I mean, like we've been talking for like so long, and we were hardly just getting out of January.
I want to say that's almost everything. I'm pretty positive I've missed maybe a couple things, but
well, I know. So let's hit Shovel Knight. Because that's at least like early this year.
Heck yeah.
They said at least like spring or.
They said spring.
Okay.
So
spring.
We'll see. So it goes.
Shovel Knight. Do you know?
It's my favorite game. I love that game.
Have you played demo or anything of
I have not.
King of Cards?
I think you told me because you went to PAX, right? And
yeah. I played a demo and whoo. Okay, so So basically, for those that the Shovel Knight DLC so far it's just gotten better and better. The base game's phenomenal. Like Lewis was saying, it's one of my personal favorites of all time. For base game was great. Plague Knight was cool. It was different, but it like expanded the game in a good way. Spectre Knight is my favorite so far. The movement in Spectre Knight is phenomenal. It's the best way to get around the Shovel Knight levels I've ever seen, and it seems like they're adding and changing more and more. Plague Knight was a lot of like what felt like the same levels but completing them differently, and Spectre Knight felt like they changed a lot of the levels. And what I've played of King of Cards is they yet again are changing everything up completely. There are a lot shorter levels now, so instead of like, oh, you're gonna play the King level, there's like 4 or so King levels, and you go through it almost like Mario 3 style, level 1 to 1-1, 1-2 kind of thing. And so they're like shorter, condensed challenges. Some of them are based around a particular theme or mechanic. So it's like, okay, this level has balloons that you have to bounce on, and so like it's more condensed but more focused level design, I guess is a good way to put it. It's also a prequel, just like the Spectre Knight was. So this is like the king. You play as King Knight before he became King Knight. So the demo that I played ended with you dethroning the current king. That's like the boss,
that's cool.
And he becomes the king. Mechanically, it's interesting. He has like a shoulder bash ability, and he uses that to climb up walls. So like if he jumps and a ledge is too high, he can shoulder bash into the wall, and he'll get a little bit extra lift to get up the wall. So that took a little bit getting used to, but that's kind of like his, just like all of them, they have different ways to get around and stuff. So it'll be really interesting to see how they use that and the difference that's going to look like. But I'm excited. I'm definitely hyped for it.
I'm again, like I haven't played any at all, but I've read a lot about all the press stuff that they announced, all the previews they've done, which like that was it's kind of like you said. It's very interesting how they just basically they make a brand new game every time they make one of these expansions. And I guess that goes to show just how well how well like Shovel Knight does for them.
Yeah,
because they could have literally just, I think what they promised initially was just like, you're just gonna play through the entire game, but another character is going to be in it, kind of like what Proto Man was to some of the Mega Man games. You play through the exact same level, but Proto Man was there. He shot stuff. He had a shield. It was nothing like WoW, but it was still neat. You know, they didn't have to do it, but they did it. And I think that's a lot of why I like Shovel Knight and why I like Yacht Club games as a developer. Yeah. They're really humble people. I think you talked to them as well. They're like extremely humble people.
Yeah. So good.
They
some of my favorite developers.
Every time I talk to Sean Velasco, he's always like, oh, I'm surprised people like this game, and I was like, this game's amazing. He's like, oh well, I mean, I just felt like I just did it in my garage or something. No, he's very humble about it, and but they're like extremely they're very genuinely thankful to everyone who really likes this game.
I think you're right that it adapted over time to become a bigger project. Like the new DLCs, I think they were like, they put in Plague Knight and they're probably like, let's make it a little bit more than just a new character, and so they added little things, and now it's almost like they're one-upping themselves or like building on what they've built so far, and they just want to like make it better and better and better. People are talking about like the scythe skating in freaking in Spectre. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
No, it I can see like if I were making games like that, like that's kind of like the thought process I would go. It's like, let's add this other character, and now think like, okay, well, how does this character move? Well, this character moves around and flies around a lot, and the kind of levels that we build for Shovel Knight, well, they're just not going to be as fun. So I guess we got to make new levels. We're making new levels, so I guess we got to make new assets. Well, we got to give these assets some context, so I guess we're gonna just make a whole new game.
I remember.
Do we have the money for it? I don't know.
That's probably the most impressive part to me, is that it's all free if you already own Shovel Knight. That's so cool. You're right. Just Yacht Club is phenomenal. I was talking with Perry a long time ago, we were speculating of what the new campaigns would look like. This was right after Plague Knight came out, I think. And so we were like, what would Spectre Knight look like? And we guessed that Spectre Knight would be like a combo system, almost like a Devil May Cry, like because just he's flying around with his scythe and stuff. It made sense to us. And I don't remember what we said about King Knight. I think we just thought that he'd be like, pompous walking around. I honestly don't remember what we thought it would be. But they're adding like a card game.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
But what little bit I've only seen like 2 screenshots of it, and what little footage there was in that Nintendo Direct. But I'm very excited. I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm very excited for it. Also, Perry was asking a very important question in the chat. Yeah. Which was best knight.
Oh boy. Oh man. Polar Knight for me.
Polar Knight?
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Like me some Polar Knight.
Polar Knight's cool. I like so overall Knight, I think I like Shield Knight the best, but in case of like design and like character, I actually like, it's like a solid tie for me between Tinker Knight and Plague Knight. They're like my 2 favorites.
Yeah, that's interesting. I love Tinker Knight.
Yeah. I just like how small and adorable he is.
They're all phenomenal, but
yeah,
I would love if there was some sort of Shield Knight, like play Shield Knight.
See,
DLC.
That's what I was talking with my wife the other day, and she was like, "Why haven't they made like a Shield Knight one?" And I was like,
"It'd be so good, man."
I was like, "That'd be so good."
It would be so good.
Yeah.
And so the problem is the people voted during the Kickstarter, right? So no one knew, right? Like no one knew what they were. They voted on the ones they liked best, which were King Knight, Spectre Knight, and Plague Knight.
Did you vote on the Kickstarter?
I don't think. I think I was after the Kickstarter. Did I? I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. I did not vote. So it was either that I missed the Kickstarter, or was that for everyone or only for a certain tier?
I think it was only for the backers, because I voted, and I just backed enough to get the game. I voted for Tinker Knight first, because I thought it would be cool to just basically engineer my way through the levels. But I also voted, then I actually did vote for Spectre Knight and Plague Knight.
No, I did. Well. I did back it. So for some reason, I must have just like missed that you could vote or something.
Yeah. So I got 2 out of the 3 I wanted. Yeah, but I didn't get the one I wanted the most.
Yeah. No, I just like Polar Knight. He's just like a big, I don't know, big burly boy. I like me some Polar Knight. Dude's cool.
Yeah.
I like ice levels. I think that's part of it. I always have.
They're really cool, especially like the Spectre Knight ones were really, really good.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah. Let's move on to other games. How about that?
Good.
Okay. Let's see. What do I want to talk about?
I got a lot of stuff here.
How about we talk about the Switch? Because I think the Switch.
Yes, actually, that's a good call. There's a lot of Switch stuff coming.
A lot of Switch stuff coming out. Like I mentioned before, Bayonetta 3. We don't know anything about it. They said it's supposedly coming out this year. We'll see how that goes. And again, we know nothing about it, but that's exciting. They're also porting. They're porting a lot of stuff to the Switch. I noticed, Tropical Freeze.
Tropical Freeze.
So
Funky Mode,
I'm very excited
dude.
about that. Yeah, excited for a brand new Funky Mode.
Funky Mode.
It was this tweet I saw that said, I think it's really cool to just recontextualize the whole God mode as more of a I'm too cool to die kind of way. Because I think that's what Funky Mode is going to be. Because I saw like you have like 3 hearts with Funky, and you can like jump through a lot of stuff. So I think that's going to be kind of like the super mode or whatever.
Funky Mode looked so crazy. He looks
Funky
super
Mode
OP.
Looks so ridiculously great.
Yeah. Can we make like Snocast Funky Mode? Like I want to make.
Yeah. Can we give Snocast a funky new mode?
Yeah. So he's super OP. That's what everyone's been talking about. He has 5 hearts. He has all 3 abilities in one. He can land on spikes. I thought, and I guess I'm wrong about this, but I thought just by watching the trailer that... One second here. Wait. There we go. what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, just crazy. He could land on the spikes and stuff. So that's what I thought, that he couldn't run for some reason. Like it almost looked like he was landing on the spike, and it must be only the spikes because he lands on his surfboard on the spikes, and then he has to like jump out of it. It looked like, I don't know. It almost looked like he couldn't run, which I was like, that'd be really interesting. Like, what if Funky had all these OP things, but then he like also just couldn't run? It'd be like the weird balancing thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So like the Switch was a huge console last year. I think the Switch is gonna be just as big this year. Well, we'll see if just as big, because again, there's no like last year there was like a brand new Zelda, which a lot of people are saying now it's the best Zelda. There's a brand new Mario, which a lot of people are saying now it's the best Mario. So it's gonna be hard to top that. But we'll see how this year goes. I for one am very excited that a lot of people are gonna get to play Tropical Freeze.
Yep.
A lot of people are gonna get to play Bayonetta 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are gonna get to play. God, what's the other one? It was like another Switch port that was happening. Can't remember what it was.
World Ends With You.
The World Ends With You is another one that was
out
happening.
of left field. A little bit.
Yeah, that was very out of left field. Maybe I'll actually finish it this time.
You know, Tropical Freeze surprised me. I didn't expect a Tropical Freeze port. I'm happy that it's coming, but I didn't expect it.
I was expecting it eventually,
right?
But not right now.
I mean, it's good. I think it's just obviously showing that they're like, all right, Wii U failed. Let's get as many of the glimmers of goodness from Wii U and bring it back to Switch. Yeah. So that one came. I mean, there's Dark Souls Remastered. We can talk about Dark Souls Remastered.
Oh yeah,
coming
Dark
to
Souls.
Switch.
Maybe I'll actually finish it this time again. I have the PC version of Dark Souls, but as we all know, that version is kind of dookie.
Yeah.
Unless you mod the heck out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely gonna buy Dark Souls on the Switch.
So I the first time I played Dark Souls was on 360, and I beat it on 360. I played it on PC, and playing through it more than once, you realize that the game probably should have ended after Anne Orlando. That if you get to Ornstein and Smo, and then it's like then the final boss, that'd probably be a lot better. So I'm interested to see like what they're gonna do with a remaster, if they're gonna change anything, or I don't know. I'll play through it again though.
And it's very interesting because because a lot of people were like, oh well, like the Switch is nice, like look at all these great first party games, that's all great and all, and there's also like a huge indie support to it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people were like, oh, but what about all these other third party games and stuff? And we're already seeing a lot of that. Mm-hmm. There's I believe there's like a Port of Payday coming out. There's Dark Souls. It's fucking Dark Souls.
Coming out. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So
there's so many Switch games coming.
And I believe Capcom is also like scrambling around to try to get something else out of it. Again, there's like Mega Man. There's a new Mega Man's going to come out. And Mega Man's going to come out on the Switch as well.
Mega Man 11, Kirby Star Allies comes out real soon. That's in March.
Yeah.
Mario Tennis. Mario Tennis in the spring. Yoshi sometime in 2018.
Yep. There's Shin Megami Tensei. I think we're going to hear more details about it. Like Shin Megami Tensei 5, and I think that's also going to be Switch exclusive, I believe.
Wow.
I hope Mario Tennis actually. Let's
talk about Mario Tennis, because I'm hyped as well. I played the N64 one, obviously.
Yeah.
If we want to talk like biggest surprises, that might have been biggest surprise to me. Because
I think for me as well.
They did one for freaking Wii U, and it was like the biggest failure they've ever had.
Yeah,
that game was incomplete garbage. And now they're bringing aces, and this one looks really good. Story mode, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's and that was like one of the big games that I played a lot. I played Mario Golf a lot.
Yeah,
I really love Mario Golf, and I also play a lot of Mario Tennis, but I played golf a little bit more. I just liked it more. But the one I played the most was Mario Golf on the Game Boy Color and also on the Game Boy Advance. Because, again, they were also developed by Camelot, but there was a lot of there was a lot of like all these like other like smaller things. Again, like Golf Story. Like Golf Story was heavily inspired by games like that.
Yeah.
And Golf Story was also one of my favorite games last year.
So good.
So if I can get a little bit more of that and Mario Tennis Aces,
yep,
I'm more than happy for that.
It looks really cool. There's like boss fights, and I mean, it's much more than just playing tennis. It looks like it's going to be really good. Like I was really impressed by the trailer, and I wasn't even particularly like it was first announced. I was like, whatever. But then they showed it, and I was like, okay, this actually looks really cool.
They're like, we're making the Mario Tennis. I was like, okay, it's a console Mario Tennis. They're like, gonna have a story mode. And it's gonna be like a single player thing. It's gonna have all these different like game modes to play. And I was like, oh,
man,
all right.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, so now if they can do that for Mario Golf, I'll be super happy.
It's funny. The Mario sports games are pretty good. Like I never played Strikers, but like a lot of people say that's like one of the tops, one of the best.
It's pretty solid. There's like no story mode to it, but like there's enough. It's just soccer. Like it's a good soccer game. Like there's a lot of wacky stuff that goes around it.
And Mario Golf is really good too.
Yeah. It was around the same time in which there was this other like Sega game. It was called Sega Soccer Slam, and that was also like a decently big soccer game for like the PlayStation and the GameCube. And that was about the time that Nintendo was like, all right, well, we gotta make a Mario soccer game, and so they did.
Yeah. I'm super hyped. What's your thought? What's your thoughts on Kirby? Just like the new one, but just like in general too. So, like, what's your where do you stand on Kirby?
I love Kirby. I just love Kirby. Everyone says always like, oh, it's too easy, but like, it's whatever, you know. It's just you just go there. You don't go into Kirby to play Dark Souls. You go into Kirby to just have a grand old time. With friends. Yeah. So I'm very excited for it. Like I love Kirby. I haven't played Robobot though yet, but I've heard it's really really good.
They seem to crank out Kirby games pretty often.
Well, that's weirdly enough about it. Like Kirby games come out extremely often, actually.
Yeah.
But for some reason, people like never mind. But I think that's because of they try to experiment a lot with it. You know, like one of the biggest Kirby games on the DS, for example, was Kirby Campus Curse, and that's a really good game. It's an extremely different Kirby game, but it's a really good game.
Was Robobot Wii U or what was Robobot on?
No, Robobot was on the 3DS.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That one was it's like you just get a giant mecha.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I've heard is like it's really good from people.
Perry's saying it might be the best one.
Yeah, no, that's what I keep hearing from people actually. I mean, my personal best one is still like as many people's is Kirby Superstar. Yeah. Because that game's great.
I didn't grow up with Kirby. I'm a little bit more on that flip side that you're saying of like it's Kirby. It's easy.
like I love it, but like I'm not saying it's bad, but like what I'm saying is just I don't go to Kirby to play Donkey Kong Country. If I want to play Donkey Kong Country, I go play Donkey Kong. I'm here to just have a good time with weird powers and friends.
Because I played Kirby's Epic Yarn, and that one was just delightful. Like that's what I see what you're saying. It's like it's super cute, and that's what it's got going on.
It's a very mellow time as well.
Yeah, Star Allies look pretty alright. Look pretty fun.
Yeah, no Kirby. Yeah, Star Allies look super cool. I'm very excited for that also.
Are there other Switch games? I mean, we mentioned Yoshi. We don't really know much about it.
Well, there's also like a bunch of the other Switch games I'm the most excited about are things we still haven't heard much about. There's Metroid Prime 4. There's another Metroid game.
Yeah, that's
coming out.
I need to play Prime. I haven't played any of them.
Oh gosh, just go to your GameStop, or actually no, go to the I think it's on the Wii U eShop. So you got to hook up your Wii U. I'm sorry. I know
it's pretty dusty over there.
I know.
Got to blow it off.
I think all the Metroid Prime games are there for you to download.
Yeah.
So you can play them there.
I've been planning on streaming them actually at some point. Like I started a thing with Mario Sunshine on the stream where I was playing Mario Sunshine, and the idea was like, let me redefine my childhood because I never had a GameCube growing up. So I've been meaning to do Prime because I need to play through it as well. But I mean I'm like secondhand hyped through everyone else because they're super excited for it.
Yeah. There's Prime 4. There's a brand new Fire Emblem also that they still have to announce. I guess they said they're working on one, but we haven't seen anything at all. They just said it's happening. So a mainline Fire Emblem. There's a mainline Pokemon that they said it maybe will come out this year.
I doubt it. I highly
have
doubt
high
it.
doubts about it.
But
it's a thing that's happening. I want to know more about it.
That's one that I'm probably actually most excited for is console Pokemon, because that just sounds amazing. But yeah, I'd be really surprised if it came out this year.
Yeah. So brand new Fire Emblem for the Nintendo Switch. Brand new Pokemon for the Switch. Mainline Pokemon, which is the thing everyone has been wanting to. But admittedly, when I first heard about the Switch, my first thought was, finally, this is the perfect home console for Pokemon.
Yeah. No, I agree, because it's like also it's portable as well. It makes perfect sense.
That's the appeal for me for Pokemon is you can take it with you wherever you go. The game is called Pocket Monsters. You take them in your pocket.
No, I'm very excited for that. Alice Krosniar had asked a really good question. We can come back to Pokemon because I do want to keep talking about it. But
it's all good.
He asked about Luigi DLC for Odyssey. What are your thoughts on the Luigi DLC?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm very surprised actually that the game is getting updates, because I didn't think it was going to.
I was a little torn as well. I thought that they would think, oh, we can add DLC to other games, but our precious Mario we're not going to touch. That's kind of what I thought. But
yeah, I didn't think, because a lot of people were like, oh, maybe they'll add new worlds to it. I'm like, they're not going to do that. There's already enough of that. I was like, if anything, I was thinking kind of like that, like maybe like new mini games or like new challenges or things like that. And that's kind of what they're doing.
Honestly, because a lot of people already have expectations for that stuff, which I don't like. They're like, oh, they're going to put in Delfino, and it's like, no.
No, just...
But what I would rather see is an Odyssey 2, personally. I'd rather see like a Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 combo like they've done. Take extra definitely. Stuff that they did for Odyssey, give us an Odyssey 2. I would much rather see that in a few years than like a DLC world or two. And the Luigi DLC specifically, I think, is pretty lame. But that being said, whatever.
I mean, I love Luigi, but yeah. I mean, it's all free updates, so it's just a reason to go back into Odyssey, which I'm always down for. Yeah, I love that game.
No, me too. That's one of the few that I still boot up just to play, just because it feels so good to play around in.
There's I guess since we're on the topic of updates, another one I can say I'm also like excited about, and I guess you probably saw me talking a lot about on Twitter, is I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy. Way too much Final Fantasy 14 online.
What's your how many hours you got logged in there?
God, I think so my Steam says 350, but I know I played the free trial for about 50 hours on off Steam. So I want to say it's more than 400 hours for sure. For sure.
Oh boy.
So but there's I'm very surprised about it because I've never been a big MMO person.
Yeah.
I tried World of Warcraft when like years ago, didn't really get into it. Then when they announced the Legion expansion, I actually like bought it and I subscribed to it for like about 3 months, and it was very and there was like a lot of like quality of life improvements, and I talked to a lot of people about what WoW was before, and they talked to me like, yeah, the game was like this, and I was like, wow, well, no wonder I didn't get into it. Like it's kind of meh.
Yeah.
But I got into it, but I kind of fell out of it after a little while. We'll see if I get back into it and whenever the next expansion comes out. But same thing happened with Final Fantasy. Like I tried it for a little bit, didn't get into it. Then when they were getting close to like their newest expansion, which was Stormblood, I tried it again. And then I got super hooked into it. I think maybe it was also like a deal of like the class system, because that's another like real cool thing about Final Fantasy is it has the job system that the games have a lot. And in World of Warcraft, if you choose a character and you choose a class for that character, you're locked into that class. There's like different like specs and roles that you can assign to it if you want to heal or if you want to tank. But if you chose a paladin and then you want to be a warlock, you gotta either pay for a class change or you gotta straight up make a new character. Final Fantasy, it's the job system. If you wanna be a white mage and then you wanna change to Bard, you just go do that,
Hmm.
like anytime you want, and you can actually mix and match a little bit of the class abilities, so you can kind of have a hybrid of you know, you can be like a paladin, but you can have some of the abilities of a dark knight. It's really cool. Also has a very interesting story, but it's a little like slow to start at first because again, it's a 4-year-old game, so there's a lot of content to go through.
Yeah.
I'm still technically not caught up, but I've been having so much fun with it and the guild that I'm playing with, and the game also updates extremely often, to the point where like I feel like the subscription that I'm paying, which, you know, it does have a subscription, so it's gonna deter a lot of people, but I feel like it's very justified by like all the stuff that I'm doing. You know, every time I do stuff, there's just something new comes out, and it's like I got more on my plate, which is a good problem to have, I guess.
Yeah, that's one that I hadn't.
Yeah,
hadn't
but there's like a brand new update that's coming out next week. Actually, there's like it's gonna be an update that's heavily inspired by Final Fantasy VI. There's like a whole new raid that's based on the Phantom Train. Without spoiling too much, there's like many other things on it as well. And getting through the rest of Final Fantasy 14 is, I guess, it's a game I'm excited about. Even though Stormblood came out last year, it's a persistent game, so it's kind of hard to just pin it to a year, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was me, Final Fantasy for 10 minutes.
I have other people that have been wanting me to get into that one as well.
Yeah,
but
if you ever,
I think I want to do the free
know
trial, you know, because then I can try it out.
just like that's a good thing about the free trial. Lets you play as much as you want. You can go up to level 35, and again, you can change classes on that free trial. So if you're playing through a class and you don't like it too much, just change to another one. So yeah, it's unlimited. Just play through it. And again, like the trial, I think I played about 50 hours of the trial before I like jumped into the game. 50 hours is more than enough to see if you like a game or not.
Right.
So yeah, let's say give it a shot, and then let me know if you want to play.
I will, and yeah, that's if I do play, I'll be playing with you.
Yeah,
probably.
if you do play it, because there's a lot of other games to play this year, such as.
Well, I wanted to hit Mega Man 11 because we
Mega Man 11, my boy.
We have different opinions on this.
Mega Man's back, baby. I'm so excited.
You can tell how Lewis feels about it.
Okay, so there's a lot of like, so what Capcom wants to do is they kind of want to like sizzle it up before they get to Mega Man 11, hence why they're doing the much anticipated Mega Man X collection. So all the Mega Man X are going to be released. I think they're going to do 2 games. I think it's what they kind of phrased it weird.
Yeah.
I think what they're going to do is they're going to do the same thing. They're going to be like Mega Man X Collection Volume 1 and then Mega Man X Collection Volume 2, which is kind of what they did with the other Mega Man games.
Yeah, there have been a lot of like Mega Man collections over the last few years. There have been a lot of remakes in the collections and crazy.
Yeah. But all that is building up to Mega Man 11.
Yeah.
So
I didn't feel the hype, Lewis. I gotta be honest. I didn't feel the hype, man.
Did you grow up with Mega Man? No, that's why. Because again,
well,
I grew up.
So no. The thing was, I thought it looked really bad, and like other people feel the opposite. But I thought it looked really bad. Yeah,
I think it looks. I wish we could have just gone with a 2D art style. Of course, like I would like kind of like an Ori. I don't want to say exactly like Ori and the Blind Forest, but you know, like that, like, you know, it's like it's all hand painted.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
But it's very like, you know, it's like a lot of parallax going on. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, like I wish like we could have maybe done a little bit of that with like, but just incorporating like Mega Man's like extremely like highly saturated, high contrast, very cartoony like art style to it. Because Mega Man has because that's also like another thing I was excited about, like all the like the character designs and all the art is being directed by the same guy that designs Mega Man Battle Network, which is my favorite Mega Man. Like character design is my favorite Mega Man, but it's also like just my favorite series overall. I know they're different games, but it's just it's kind of like the one I was attached to the most. But like a lot of people are comparing it to Mega Man 11's art style. At least what we see in the final game, they're comparing it to, you know, to Mighty Number 9, which is understandable because, you know, it's it's a Mega Man game that's not a Mega Man like game, like Mighty Number 9 was.
Right.
But it's like a 2.5D that has like 3D character models, 3D backgrounds.
Yeah.
Everything is 3D.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I first saw it.
Yeah,
is I kind of thought,
and like I understand that it like as soon as I first saw it, I was also kind of like but it kind of grew on me, like because it's kind of using like a little bit of a cell shaded to it, but I feel like it's nailing the shading and like the shadows of it, because a lot of it is also like, and that's something I always tell people, like lighting is an extremely important job in games nowadays, especially with 3D games. You can have the greatest looking character model, but if you don't have it lit properly, it's gonna look like jank.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe that the problem that I see people are having, because like if you look at it objectively, the character models, at least the like enemies, they look just like the concept art.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's also like I gotta look at it again because I haven't seen it in a while.
I think it's also early in development, right? So like it might look better later.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it'll be interesting.
It's also very, very element. There was one of my main problems was just like Mega Man. He was a little too stiff when he was running and he was jumping.
Yeah.
And like I get that some of it was starting to like replicate like his poses and his animations when he was doing it. But there's like for example, like I was also seeing this on Twitter, like there's like look at the Mega Man in Super Smash Brothers, like he has a completely different art style almost, but like the way he moves and the way he's like positioned to the camera, he looks really good. Yeah. So I think it's kind of like that. Like that was my main problem with it. It's like all the animation work needs like another layer of polish or 2.
Yeah.
Or 5. But
it'll be interesting to see how
it's early in development.
Yeah.
So there was I've been reading some of the previews as well for Mega Man 11, and they were saying they have a lot of they're trying to add more stuff to it, like as regards to like how you jump and shoot stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's only so much like jump and shoot is going to carry you. So I think they're adding like a new meter where you can unleash like an ultimate, to put it roughly.
Right.
So I'm excited about it. I mean, I think
I can see them adding new stuff.
Yeah, I think Capcom's gotten to the point where they're like, because all this time they were just like, well, Keiji Inafune left, what are we gonna do? And then everyone else was just like, let's just keep making Mega Man. Let's just and then Capcom was like, oh yeah, we could do that, and then they did.
Yeah.
So
right.
So I'm hoping that the worst case scenario is that we get a very fun Mega Man game that maybe for some people it doesn't look so great.
Yeah. For the sake of brevity and time, I want to hit ones at the end here that some don't actually have official announced dates, so we don't know if they're going to come out this year or not.
Yeah.
But they are some of the ones that I'm most excited for. We already mentioned Ori. Ori, absolutely. Will o' the Wisp. There is no date yet, but very, very excited for that.
Yeah.
Possibly. Go ahead.
We don't know much about it, but what I'm going to assume is just more pretty environments and more cool platforming and abilities.
Ori was my game of the year 2015. Very, very excited for that. I agree. That's all I hope for is just more like incredibly good, just beautiful levels and more abilities. Have you played the definitive edition of Ori?
I have not played the definitive edition. I do want to do that.
They added more like cool new abilities and stuff for Ori, and it was kind of like an Ori 1.5. It was like they added 2 new areas and 2 new abilities that really changed how we played, and so stuff like that is what made it super good. Probably the game that I'm most excited for is one that doesn't have a date, and that's Spelunky 2.
I didn't put that on my list.
My boy, Spelunky 2. So the way you feel about Shovel Knight, I think, is how I feel about Spelunky. It's one of my all-time favorite games.
I know you love that game, and it's a great game. I'm
So
very
good.
excited about Spelunky 2 as
Very
well.
excited for Spelunky 2. Oh,
Yeah.
I met Derek Yu. I don't remember if I told you that story. That
I think you told me.
I
No,
met
yeah,
Derek
you told
Yu
me.
at PAX.
No, you told me at Portland Retro Gaming Expo, I believe.
Oh yeah. Well, I met him at PAX. But yeah, that makes sense that I would have told you. So he's just like the sweetest guy. He's super nice. Derek Yu, like Yacht Club Games, quickly becoming one of my favorite devs. They were promoting UFO 50, which that's another one actually. I guess UFO 50. We don't know.
Shit.
Do we know a date when that one's coming? But
No.
that
they
one
have it on my list.
I assume that's coming before Spelunky 2. But they were there promoting that game, and I was just telling him how much I love Spelunky. At the time, I had no idea that Spelunky 2 was about to be announced. And so then, like, a few months later, then they announced it. And I was like, oh my gosh. If only I knew, I would have freaking asked him about Spelunky 2, because it just looked so good.
I'm actually surprised because every time I hear like every time he does like an interview, or whatever, he's always like, this is the last time I'm going to talk about Spelunky because I'm so tired of talking about it.
Right.
I think maybe that's why, because he just wanted everyone to stop talking about Spelunky,
I think so
that when
too.
Spelunky 2 rolls around,
Yeah.
he has to now talk about that all the time.
Dude, and it looks so freaking good.
It looks so great.
Well, we haven't seen anything of it. It was a teaser trailer. It's just more that I'm very excited for it. It looks like from the teaser trailer, what we've seen is you play as like the main Spelunky guy's daughter. I guess it's supposed to be like next generation of Spelunker.
Yes.
And so then you're going. The best part about Spelunky for me personally was like the hidden secret backstory where like if you take the key to the treasure chest and then you get the Ujedi and you can go to the black market and you get all that to unlock the secret hell level, like that's one of the coolest secrets in a game to me that I've ever seen, where it's this sprawling over the entire length of the game where you take a secret from the beginning and then you can bring it all the way to the end in this like checklist of things to do, and then it unlocks a secret end level, and all of that wrapped up in all that wrapped up in a roguelike. And so the fact that they were able to do that in a roguelike is just so crazy to me. I'm very, very excited for Spelunky 2.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited for it too. I think Sneak Attack on the chat is too, because I think they just found out that
Spelunky 2. What? Spelunky 2?
Spelunky 2 is a thing. Look it up.
It came out of nowhere. The announcement was at some PlayStation thing, and they just dropped that trailer like no big deal.
Yep. Oh yeah, it was at the PlayStation Experience.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah. Guacamelee 2 was there too.
Yeah, Guacamelee 2.
Oh, that's what I'm very excited about.
I forgot about that as well. You're right. Guacamelee 2. Very excited about that as well. Kingdom Hearts 3. Another one. That's
a good. You got me there, buddy.
Yep, I'm excited whenever that comes out. That's also to be announced.
I'm excited too for it when it comes out. By the time I retire, if I ever.
It was on my list.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, it's on my list too. It's on my list of games I want to hear more about. So
well, the Toy Story world looked pretty cool, right? You saw the trailer. It looked really good. Yeah. It's looking beautiful.
There's what else? There's Cyberpunk 2077, which is made by CD Projekt Red, which the guys, the Witcher guys.
I don't know anything about that.
So yeah, they're making a Cyberpunk game based on the Cyberpunk pen and paper game. So I'm excited about that. We don't know anything about it other than like a trailer that was announced when I was in college.
Wow,
so
interesting.
But a lot of rumors are saying we're going to hear a lot about it. So basically what they're kind of saying is it's going to be like an action RPG, kind of like The Witcher, but it's going to be like this even bigger world as Cyberpunk. And they're going to have this kind of asynchronous multiplayer to it, kind of like Dark Souls, there's like interactions, but there's not like directly a multiplayer element in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's all we know about it.
Yeah.
We're supposed to know more about it this year. We'll see. There's Death Stranding. That's another game we want to know more about.
Yeah.
Kojima, what is up?
Same thing.
I would like to know more this year.
2025 when that one comes out.
What else? Final Fantasy VII Remake. What is up? I want to know more about it.
Yeah. No, good call.
Yep. There's In the Valley of the Gods, which was also just announced at the Game Awards, which is the next game by the Firewatch guys. I love Firewatch.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
That one
This is the list that
good.
I'm going to go through so that you Yeah, that game. Another game.
Yes.
Travis Strikes Again. No More Heroes.
Yeah.
That's another game.
I
that's
had
announced.
No More Heroes on my list too.
Yeah.
Did you play that one? You played No More Heroes back in the day?
Yes, I did. I love that game.
Good game.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it.
I'm excited about that. That one kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah. I'm also kind of curious about Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know if you remember it.
I don't know that one.
That was it was announced at E3, I think, as well. It's the next game by Sucker Punch, who made Sly Cooper and the Infamous games.
Yeah.
So they're basically making an open world game where you're a samurai. So I'm just curious about it. I don't know anything about it. No one knows anything about it other than a reveal trailer. I just want to know more about it because I'm curious about it. There's a new Spider-Man game coming out.
Yeah, let's hit some PS4 ones because Spider-Man, Spider-Man PS4, God of War.
Yep.
And Red Dead.
Like again, Ghost of Tsushima, Ni no Kuni 2 is also. I think it's a PS4 PC game. I don't know if X. But yeah, Ni no Kuni 2. I love the first Ni no Kuni. That game's great.
I never played that one.
It's I describe it as I describe it as JRPG the video game because you do basically every single JRPG trope. You got to collect monsters. You're a little orphan boy whose mother just died. You go to this fantastical world. There's an overworld to it. There's kind of like a rock paper scissors kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's every element of it, but it does it well. It's kind of like what Horizon Zero Dawn did. It's like it's open world Western open world game. The game.
Yeah.
Does it on its own unique, cool way.
Yeah, I got you.
That's kind of what Ni no Kuni does for JRPGs. So if you ever get a chance to play it, play it.
So, Spider-Man, I'm excited for.
I'm excited for it too. I just want to know
cool.
more about it. Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to know more about it. What they've shown off looks pretty good though. It looks like I'm trying to think of even just a comparison, but I don't know. It just looks like a redesign to just be really good gameplay. I guess maybe the closest I'm thinking is like Tomb Raider, where it was like just like a redesign where it's like, oh, let's take this thing that's already established, but like let's make it totally different gameplay wise and something really, really fun.
Yeah. I'm very optimistic about it also because like the main thing you want to do in a Spider-Man game is web sling around the city. Right. And I think from what I heard, people were saying like when it first showed the trailer, like, yeah, this looks cool, but like the web sling looks kind of janky, it looks kind of slow, it's kind of sluggish, and that's not who Spider-Man is. And then Insomniac went, hey, you know what? You're right. And apparently they reworked the web slinging completely for like their next showing of the game. So apparently now the web slinging control is very, very like they kind of overworked it.
Interesting.
They reworked it, sorry, to like feel better.
Well, it's like you said, like that's most important. Like that's what you want to feel good in a Spider-Man game. You got to get that right.
So the good thing is they're listening and they want this to be the best Spider-Man game, which I'm hoping it is.
Yeah, I'm optimistic about that as well.
Yeah, so I'm optimistic about it. We'll see how it goes.
God of War and Red Dead 2 are ones that like where it's like I want to hear more about kind of what you were saying. Like that's ones I want to know more about. I love that like to reboot a series, all you got to do is just give a big beard to your main character. So Kratos now just has a giant beard, and that's like the appeal. I want to know more, but
I want to know more about it because again, like now it looks like God of War plays more like The Last of Us, which is another game that I'm also looking forward to.
Last of Us 2. Jeez.
Yeah.
There are so many that I just didn't even think on my list here. Jeez.
What else? There was another game I was thinking of. God, what's the other game you said?
Red Dead 2. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead 2. So Red Dead Redemption was the very first open game I ever played. And I played to completion. And I love that game. That game's amazing. So I'm very excited to know more about the second one. It's weird because they said it's supposed to come out on spring this year, but I really don't think they're gonna nail that. Who knows? I might be wrong.
That'd be surprising. I don't know.
They might do kind of like what they did with Fallout.
No, you're right. It's
they revealed Fallout 4, and they're like, yeah, it's gonna come out in 3 months. And
that's
like,
right.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah. They did. I was like, "Oh, that's weird," but
they
okay.
did do that. You know what's funny about that is it feels kind of like that almost backfired for Fallout in a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fallout did not get the hype that it feels like they were expecting. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see about Red Dead. I've never played Red Dead 1. But I might dive in for 2. It might be cool to see just a good Western open world. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that.
There's also Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, Trey said that one in the chat. I don't know what that one is though. I don't know Detroit.
Do you know David Cage?
Not really. I mean, I know the name.
You know Heavy Rain?
Yeah, okay.
That's him.
Okay.
That's it. He's the emotions guy.
Got it.
Okay, that's what he basically wants to make movies, but he's not very good at it.
Okay.
His games kind of play out kind of like a Tommy Wiseau kind of game.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But not in a good way, also. Because I mean, like, I like Heavy Rain for the same reason I like The Room. It's bad, but it's like it's just such a delight to play.
Sure.
Then Beyond Two Souls is just meh. There's like it's a pretty forgettable game.
I remember seeing that one.
So we'll see how Detroit goes, because that track record is kind of whatever. I don't know.
That's pretty funny.
See how it goes. I'll probably play it and make fun of it.
I'm looking here, just like last few ones on mine that are, we've definitely gone, I think, from importance, or like ones that we were most interested in, because these last few ones I'm pretty disinterested in. Sea of Thieves, the new Rare title.
I'm actually very much looking forward to that, because it's so first of all, I don't have an Xbox One, but they're putting it on PC, so
like
I'm already set for that.
All Xbox games, no need to buy an Xbox.
Yep, not anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it because it kind of reminds me kind of like a Guns of Icarus.
Yeah.
But you're a pirate, and I like Guns of Icarus.
That's true. That's a good way to put it, I guess.
So yeah, you can eat bananas that are not peeled. You can eat coconuts that are not peeled. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I still don't know much about it, but it's kind of like you just go on pirate adventures with your buddies.
Yeah. I like the pirate aesthetic. The pirate theme looks cool.
Oh yeah, no, the game looks great.
Yeah.
That's also like another part. So we'll see. I think it comes out in March.
Yeah, that one says March 20, 3/20.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll probably learn more as we get closer. So that's another game I'm actually like very much looking forward to.
And then 3 days after that, A Way Out comes out.
Oh yeah, that's another game in my list.
That's another one. A Way Out is one that I think I'm only interested in because of the guy at the Game Awards and how he talked about it.
Well, he was the guy who directed Brother, A Tale of Two. A Tale of Two.
Right.
God, A Tale of Two Souls.
Tale of Two Sons.
That's a great game.
Yeah.
But there was a thing that really caught my interest from what he said about the game, which was if you buy a copy, like the game has to be played with someone else. So if you buy a copy, I think you get another copy to gift to someone so you can play with them.
That's so crazy.
So if you buy one copy, you get another copy for free. Is basically what he was saying. So I'm excited about that. It looks really like interesting.
So crazy. Yeah.
So
same thing where it's kind of like I want to know more about it, but interesting concept, and I just like the dude because he is the best part of the Game Awards by far. So good hearing him talk about that. If you have not seen the creator of A Way Out talking about A Way Out at the Game Awards, we gotta watch that.
Yeah. Okay. What time is it? 8:40.
I was just gonna say that's kind of the main ones I wanted to hit. Are you cool going? Let's move to the question phase.
How about this? I'm just gonna name drop a couple others that I was interested in.
You do that, and what I'll say is chat.
Yeah,
everyone ask questions. Give us questions for Lewis. Any questions you want to ask.
Yeah.
It can be about anticipated games. It could be about anything at all. Doesn't matter. Totally unrelated questions. Yeah. Give me some questions in chat, and we'll drop them to him after this.
Okay, so this is kind of like my top 20 that I'm most looking for. I'm gonna go from the bottom of the list to the top.
Okay.
So I'm definitely looking forward to Lost Sphere. I'm looking forward to Soul Calibur 6. We didn't talk about Bloodstain, Ritual of the Night.
Yeah, that was on my list too, actually. Bloodstained.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I want to know a little bit more.
That's another. It said March. That one's supposed to come out in March? Question mark.
Yeah, they delayed it a little bit, and but I think it's still slated for this year.
Yeah.
We'll see. What else? Okay, so Octopath Project Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, right. We
which
didn't
I was
touch
looking
on that one
forward to.
too much. Yeah.
Yeah, Last of Us Part 2. Dragon Quest 11
Oh
is
yeah.
also coming out this year. So I'm very excited to play that because I love Dragon Quest.
Mm.
Guacamelee 2, Celeste, Knights and Bikes, which is it's like a little kind of like adventure game that's being made by former Media Molecule people who worked on Little Big Planet. It looks really like delightful. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Ooblets looks really cute, kind of like a Harvest Moon slash Pokemon slash Animal Crossing kind of deal. Looks to be a really chill time. There's Indivisible, which is made by
Indivisible.
Yeah,
We even talked about that one.
Yeah,
Dang.
I'm excited about it too.
Good games.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so many games, so little time. Sea of Thieves, Iconoclast, Ni no Kuni 2, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
More Final Fantasy 14, Mega Man 11, Shovel Knight, King of Cards, and Monster Hunter World. Those are the games I'm the most looking forward to.
Wow, man. Okay. That is
a lot
good.
of stuff.
I'm trying to think if I had like even a top 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ori, Spelunky 2, Ori, Spelunky 2, and then Spelunky 2 again. Those are my top 5.
Did you include Spelunky 2?
Yeah, I think that was number 3, 2, and 1.
Okay, so we
got questions. Yeah, very good. I really like this first one here. Thoughts on Nintendo Labo?
Oh,
Nintendo Labo just announced this week. That's a really good. That's a really good question. Let's talk about that.
So I'm actually very looking forward to it. It looks just delightful. It looks delightful in that same way that stuff like the Super Scope was cool, and Rob was also cool. Just trying to integrate more like toy making and like engineering into video games. And I think it's a little pricey for now. We'll see what they do in the future with games also. But I think Nintendo Labo looks super cool and weird. It's the most Nintendo thing that Nintendo could have ever made.
Yeah. I think
that's why I like it.
We have the exact same wavelength on that. I think we both tweeted something very similar. That it's like, for me personally, it doesn't appeal to me. It's not something that I think I'm going to buy for myself. Yeah. But the fact that they did it is so cool. Yeah. And that it is why I love Nintendo, is the fact that they are willing to do something like this that no one ever would have thought this is what they were going to announce. Ridiculous. But the fact that they did is super cool, and I'm really glad, and I'm excited in like an amiibo sense that it's like I bet there will be a crowd for it that will absolutely love it, and that's cool. And I'm just glad that they do things like that.
Yeah, definitely cool. I'm probably gonna buy just a sampler set they have because it looks really cool. And then there's like so much possibility for it as well. That they could make full-on games with it. Like my wife was saying, like, hey, what if they do like like the camera they show, like what if it's like what if they do like a Pokemon Snap thing where you can like move it around and you have the screen on it, you can move it around, literally taking pictures and stuff. You can like move the aperture of the camera to try to focus on them. Like it's so much cool stuff can come out of it.
Yeah. No, the potential is pretty huge for sure.
Yeah.
Here's a good question for you. Coming out of 2017, is it really possible that 2018 will be as good a year as 2017 was?
There's gaming. A new Shovel Knight coming out, so I think that's already...
That's all it needs.
That's all it needs.
That's all you need.
Also a port of Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, I don't know. That's because there's a lot of really great games. I think it could be as good if maybe all the stuff that's kind of planned comes out, but I think it'll be like as good for me personally. I don't know, because like there's a lot of stuff coming this year that it's kind of like stuff that I've been looking forward to. It's like Dragon Quest 11 and Mega Man. There's a new Mega Man, Shovel Knight. There's Sea of Thieves finally coming out, which like I don't know if like a lot of those games are like for everyone.
Yeah.
But that's the cool thing about this past year. Like a lot of the games that were like some of the coolest games out there weren't for everyone. Like Nier Automata was like a breakout hit, and that's not really a game that's like for everyone, So I think there's definitely a possibility because there's an extremely diverse catalog from what's coming out next year.
Yeah,
My
gut instinct is like, there aren't ones that I'm like really, really, really hyped, but after this whole talk, now it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of really good ones coming, so I can see it.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about that. There's I think there's also like there's like also like a lot of like interesting remasters. Again, remasters and ports that are coming out. There's like Shadow of the Colossus remasters coming out next month.
Yeah.
Again, Donkey Kong port. There's a lot of rumors of like there was a medieval remaster announced at the PlayStation Experience. A lot of people are rumoring a Spyro collection, kind of like what they did with Crash. So I don't know, but again, that's probably
true.
stuff that's not gonna come out this year. A lot of it,
Right.
you know. But I don't know.
I like this question. Who's the guy in the background?
Oh, that's Snowball
No.
from Overwatch.
No, I think what they were asking is they saw your wife's thumb come in from
Oh,
and they
yeah,
said
my wife's playing Zelda in the
they
background.
said who's the guy in the background, and that made me laugh really hard. Very good. Perry asked a good one here. What games are you expecting to be a failure this year?
See, it's hard to predict a failure sometimes. I think what's more interesting is I think it's more accurate to, I guess maybe what he's trying to say also is like kind of like a game that you're disappointed now or people are disappointed at, because I think one of the biggest failures last year was like Battlefront 2, and that was a game that I was actually kind of looking forward to Battlefront 2 because they were saying like, hey, we listened to everything that you said, like there's like more content, there's more there's more content, there's a story mode, there's like old stuff you can do now, and it's like that's cool because I played the first Battlefront for like an hour and then I stopped.
Yeah, that's
there was,
really
like,
interesting.
Yeah, and that turned out to be a huge bomb, but that was because of corporate greed. But
He said, or like reword it, games that you have low expectations for. So maybe ones
games that have
that...
low. Okay, well, Detroit. It's because like I think that game's gonna do fine because it's a David Cage game, and because all the other games he's done, they've done fine. They've done actually pretty decently, like financially. It's just I don't know. It's just like I'm not expecting much from that game because he's just so far up his ass.
I'm looking at my list here of in terms of low expectations. That's probably a better way to put it.
Yeah.
Low expectations. I would put Mega Man 11 there, and I know that's just me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sea of Thieves, low expectations. What was the other one I was just looking at? Oh, Bloodstained. I was going to say Bloodstained. And only because we haven't really seen anything. It's supposed to come out in March.
Yeah.
It has the Kickstarter baggage with it. If there's any game that has potential to fail, I think it might be that one. Just because I didn't back it, so I haven't been playing like backer demos and stuff. I've heard from people that have backed it that it actually is pretty good. But at least for me, low expectations for sure.
Yeah, I haven't played the demo, but actually, like, I think there's also like, I think a lot of the updates are kind of like hidden behind the Kickstarter thing because I backed it. I backed it on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And every time they put out an update, there's like at least a little bit of a video. There's like a little bit of video that's maybe about like 30 seconds to a minute, but they show a little bit of gameplay to it.
Yeah.
And it shows stuff like, hey, we tuned out the graphics a little bit. We're kind of reworking this other thing. So it's definitely being made. I've seen like a good amount of stuff to it, but I think it might be delayed. I think my biggest kind of like, I don't want to say disappointment, but maybe like underperformance.
Mm-hmm.
It might actually be Final Fantasy NT, like Dissidia, because like Square Enix is betting a lot on it, and it's coming out like next week, and I think they were saying that they're kind of trying to turn it into an esport, actually, kind of like a Street Fighter kind of deal, but it's, I don't know if you've seen gameplay of it. It's extremely hard to follow unless you know how to play.
Yeah.
So I don't know how well that's gonna go with that huge gamble. What else am I? What else am I thinking?
Well, this one's good.
Well?
I like this. It says kind of the opposite. Dark Horse. Okay. Dark Horse in 2018. What's one that you think might be like it'll be really good, but people weren't expecting it to be really
like
good.
A breakout hit?
Yeah, breakout hit. The Dark Horse.
Monster Hunter. Honestly, there's like it's following a lot of the steps that Nier Automata did, like because Nier Automata was like nobody knew it was coming out.
That's a good point. That was kind of a dark horse last year.
Nobody knew what it was, And and Square Enix was very like, we I don't know, man, I don't know about this game. Have you seen how the other Nier did? It did pretty bad actually when it came out. But this time they're like, no, like we got platinum on it. That was the other thing, like they have platinum games on it. So that name enough, it's like people see that name and they go, oh, so I know who that is. And Square Enix like really marketed like Nier like very hardcore.
Yeah.
Like there was like a lot of ads for it, and I think it did pretty good for it. It also helps that that's like an excellent game.
Yeah, yeah.
But I didn't want to play it at first. Like I wasn't like very like ooh about it.
Right.
But after reading reviews and like talking to a friend of mine who was like, you gotta play it. I'm like,
yeah, it was same with me. I think it was after hearing about it from other people.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I'll play it after Persona. And I ended up liking it more. But I think it's gonna be Monster Hunter this year because like they're also pushing like a big marketing campaign for it, and I've seen more and more people talking about it, just being interested in it, being like, hey, I want to play it. I don't know if it's for me, and it's understandable because it's not like Nier is kind of easier to get into because it's a Platinum Games hack and slash. That's all you need to know.
Right, right.
But Monster Hunter is it's a monster of a game.
I think if I had to pick two that potentially could be dark horses, I'm thinking Mario Tennis has potential because I think a lot of people are going to write it off because of what it's been lately. And Spider-Man, I think, has potential to be a dark horse. Where
honestly, I want to say
might be better than we think.
Yeah, you know what else I was thinking? Honestly, I'm betting a lot on Ooblets as well. I'll send you a video about it later because you're probably still wondering. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I think it's gonna be as something maybe kind of like in the Stardew Valley kind of level, where it's like a nice mellow chill game, but it's gonna like really get traction of it. Because it's a very it's kind of like Stardew Valley in that way. It's like a chill farming game. You collect cute little creatures. So I think that's going to be kind of like the sleeper hit kind of that way, that nobody saw coming.
That's good. I'm going to close with one final question for you, and this one's for me. This is my question to you.
Okay.
And this is very important. This is probably the most important question to me that I'll ever ask anybody. Please rank this is not a question, I guess. Please rank the top 3 breakfast foods: pancakes, waffles, and French toast.
Okay.
There is a correct answer.
Okay. So you said, so what are the
pancakes, waffles, and French toast.
Okay.
Chat, feel free to answer as well. This is very, very important.
Okay.
Vital question.
So I think first.
Perry says I should ask this every Snocast.
Let's put Tibby top of the list.
Okay.
Is going to be French toast because.
Good answer.
That's the one I grew up with the most. And I think because my mom used to make them a lot whenever I went, and I think that was just like the easiest thing.
Yeah.
That was the easiest thing for my mom to make.
Sure.
You scramble some eggs and you just dunk a toast in it and then just call it a day. And a delicious day. I think after that is going to be waffles, and then at the bottom pancakes.
Okay.
But that was also because my house wasn't really a pancake house. So I think that was it,
Man.
But I think waffles mainly was because again, like waffles was kind of like, ooh, I don't have this very often.
Yeah,
and waffles are delicious.
I'm with you on that. I think so. So my personal is waffles, French toast, pancakes, but it's with the caveat that I'm talking original waffles, like not Belgian. Belgian waffles to me that's like bottom barrel. I do not like Belgian, but the original, like the like smaller whole old fashioned waffle, that is the best breakfast food you could ever have. But French toast is a very close second if you're talking like that, and then pancakes third. So I'm glad we agree there at least. Like pancakes. Yeah. Of the 3, pancakes are definitely the lowest. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's not that I hate pancakes. It's just that I don't know. They're kind of a hassle for me to make it. Because I gotta try to figure out, like, am I making them fluffy? Am I making them thin? And it's like a whole thing. With French toast, you just dunk a toast. It's so easy to make, and it's so delicious.
No, I agree. French toast is easier to make.
That is syrup.
True. Yeah.
Put some powdered sugar on it. top
Dude,
it up with strawberry.
You know what's the best topping for breakfast food that people always miss out on? Peanut butter. Put that peanut butter on that French toast. Put that peanut butter on the pancakes. Put it on those waffles. Put that in that waffle so it fills in all the little holes of the waffle. So I do peanut butter, powdered sugar. You mentioned that's the key. Powdered sugar and some syrup. Best breakfast you'll ever have. So good. So good.
Okay.
You don't like peanut butter? Come on.
I'm sorry. I hate peanut butter. I'm sorry.
How do you hate peanut butter?
I think it's more of a texture thing, honestly, because there's like a lot of foods that I don't like just because of texture.
Well, creamy or chunky?
Like I like cornbread. None. Period. None.
Okay.
Because I like cornbread. I like corn chowder. I like corn soup. I don't like corn on the cob. It's disgusting because it's gross.
I feel you on that.
It's more of a because like for example Reese's, I like Reese's cups. That's weird. Reese's cups are one of my favorite candies, and that shit's full of peanut.
Yeah, the Reese's are the best candy for sure.
Yeah,
but so you like those even though you don't like peanut butter?
Yeah, it's weird, right? Then again, it's kind of fake peanut butter. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I guess so.
Dude, you come over to my house, I'll make you. You can ask Alice there, because Alice came over to visit once, and I made her French toast. So no, you come over to my house, I'm gonna make you some bomb ass French toast.
Yeah, no, do it. I would love some French toast. That sounds amazing. Everybody
at the other end of the country.
Toast. It's so good, man.
Yeah,
we're wrapping up here. Thank you, everybody that's been hanging out. I'm gonna give you one opportunity here at the end, Lewis. Just give us like any like plugs you want to give, like things that you're doing or that are coming up, the things that you've been in. Plug some stuff.
Okay. So, well, as you all know, I work for Digital Gaming. Go subscribe to Digital Gaming for more facts and trivia. I also work for Frederator. I'm very actually happy with like a lot of the, specifically on their leaderboard channel. That's where I work on most. And I'm very happy with a lot of the work that I've been doing for them. It's like one of the projects that I'm working on right now. It's actually like a very like interesting and stuff. So I'm very much looking forward to getting that done. I'm also going to start streaming more and more very soon. I'm gonna drop a link there on the chat.
Yeah.
So that's my Twitch link. I'm gonna start streaming more very, very soon, especially when Monster Hunter comes out. I'm gonna be streaming Monster Hunter nonstop. So you can join me on that.
Follow that twitch.tv/Raguio. You know it.
Yeah.
Very good.
We can link more together.
Awesome.
I'm also on at Hey Raguio. I'm gonna also pop a link there.
Good.
Shit.
Perry says, "When's the video, Lewis? Or when's the videos?"
The videos. Oh yeah. So I did say one of my goals for this year was just to make a video of something. I don't know what it's gonna be. I just want to put out something.
Yeah.
And it was a little discouraging, like the whole YouTube changes. That like I sound like they're like a little bit discouraging, you know. But I'm still gonna try to make something, just something, at least.
Very good.
But yeah, like so keep an eye out on my Twitter mainly, and also on my Twitch because I'll probably since I'm gonna be streaming to more. That's also where another place where you can interact with me, do stuff.
Totally.
We'll see what I do on the stream. Like I wanna do games, but also I was thinking about maybe do kind of like editing streams, but like maybe do like some After Effects work because that's a little more interesting than just watch me do assembly edits sometimes. So yeah, so follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to Snoman Gaming as well. Cause he's the nicest boy.
Nicest guy. Oh wait, wrong. The nicest guy on the internet, right here. Nicest guy on the internet.
Twitch chat right now. Who's the nicest boy?
Oh no, the debate.
I'm gonna have it.
Nicest boy, Lewis or Snow? Go.
I already had it down on writing on a tweet that I posted a poll that you were the nicest guy. But
really fast, right before we go here, I just want to give some shout outs to people that were subscribing and bits and all sorts of things. Sadface298 with the very first subscription ever of the Snowcast. Very good. Benny with 5 bits said first ever bits of the Snowcast Kappa. Very good. Raguio with 10 bits. Do it like this, kids. I love that. Zagabiru has 200 bits. Thank you so much for the 200 bits. And Stealth Intel, sorry. No, Raguio with 10 more bits coming in hot.
Now it's gonna show. Now it's gonna show on the best snow, baby.
Stealth Intel subbed. Thank you so much for the sub, Stealth Intel. Roscoe the Whale 10 bits, and then Raguio with another 10 bits. Snow is HTE nicest boy because he mistyped that. Very good. Okay, let's look at chat here. They say Lewis. I know Snow too well. It's Lewis. Lewis is the nicest. One Snowman. We need a straw poll. Lewis. Sorry, Lewis. It's got to be Lewis. This one says nicest guy in town, but this one says nicest guy around. Oh, boy. Whatever. We can all agree that Lewis is the nicest. I think we're just going to leave it at that. So
I'll get you next time.
We're gonna
get you next time. Get you.
I know you gotta go, so we can wrap up. But thank you so much for being on, my friend. It was a blast talking with you.
You know what? I'll do that. Hey, folks, I'm at I've actually got to go. Gotta go to my game club. Actually, that I think my friend Lidback was there in the chat for a little bit. But I'm part of this game club, and every couple months we play a new game, and then we talk about it. You know, kind of like a book club or for games. This time we did Valhalla, a cyberpunk bartending action game, which is actually a visual novel.
Good game.
Yeah, it's I love that game. The game's excellent. So I'm gonna drop a linko there. See if I can do it.
Totally.
If you wanna join us for a good time.
There you go. So he's going from here straight to the game club. So.
Yeah, literally, I'm just going there. You know what? If you played Valhalla. Come and join us for a chit chat.
It'll be like a raid.
Yeah, let me
basically.
Let me try to find a link for them. Had a
Cartoon Gamer just popped in though, but said just tuned in. But Snow is the nicest. I'm getting a few more Snow votes in, so we'll have to see. I don't know.
Okay. Here I'm just gonna post this tweet instead. It's a little more legit. There you go. So go there.
Definitely go check that out.
Yeah, join our Discord. Thanks, man.
I'm gonna just a couple real quick things. Feel free if you have to drop. Feel free to head out, Lewis. But just a couple real last quick second reminders. This is a special first time ever announcement that I'm officially making this official. But I made a Snowman Gaming 2 channel. I've made Snowman Gaming 2. It's official. I'm gonna post VODs of the Snowcast on that channel. I'm also gonna post stream highlights on that channel. Give me like a day or two to like set it all up and make sure it looks good, and I'll make sure to send the link out on Twitter, so make sure you're following me on Twitter. I'll probably announce it in my next big video as well. But Snowman Gaming 2, that's where you can find VODs of the Snowcast. It'll also be here on Twitch, but it will be on YouTube as well. Snowman Gaming 2, and then
Snowman Gooming.
Snowman Gooming, yeah. Second announcement is my second guest for episode 2 of Snowcast will be... Oh, that sounded awful with your mic.
Oh, shit. I bumped the table with the mic. I'm so sorry.
She says, from Boundary Break, Mr. Boundary Break himself, episode 2. So be on the lookout for that in the future. We'll have our next wonderful guest on the Snowcast. Thank you all for being here. It was so amazing having Twitch chat here be a part of this. It was so much fun.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun to be here. Just now I'm actually very much looking forward to all the games that I play this year.
I know, so many good
How many
games.
of them that I can't afford. So we'll see how it goes.
So thank you so much, Lewis, for being on. You're the best.
Yeah.
We all love you so much.
No, you're the best.
Kicking off the Snowcast of the very first. So thank you.
Yeah.
And I'll see everybody later. Thanks for stopping by.
Please,
so good.
Please, for the love of God, please buy Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on the Switch. Please.
Wonderful way to end here. Just please. Yeah.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Awesome. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Hey, everyone. Have a good night.